Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy. Pre-funk thinking right out here in the lab. Do I do what I do for you? Oh, I got something nice for you today. One of my comments was keep bringing that book knowledge. I'm bringing some book knowledge for you today. Heads up, let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Put a message in the story for life, even when I'm bringing it from the book. I bring it to you so you can understand it, hopefully use it. That's the whole point. Me teaching concepts that you can use. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment with knowledge. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission for all my right thinkers. If you're a right thinker, your mission should be to know thyself. That's my point. Know thyself is the question I asked. You should have an answer, but some people a little confused. If you got a problem with that, I'm here to do what I do for you to help you with that. Let's go. I'm gonna give you the information and the instructions you need to make that happen for yourself if that's what you want to do. If you tune into me, obviously that's what you want to do. Let's rock. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. I appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believes that they know dangers, avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Again, a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All this person beside you. Right thinker, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Today, I'm back in the book. Ooh, yeah, your girl. Mysteries of Isis. I'm giving a lesson today. I'm going to introduce you to the goddess Net. Who is that? Most people don't know who she is, but those who are, this is the upper level, advanced aspect knowledge. So if you don't know who this is, I'm going to bring you to speed up on it. You might learn something. This is going to be a good lesson. This is a lesson. Let's go. Introduction to the goddess Net. Now, the ancient Egyptian goddess Net, watch this, is the prototype and the basis for all the teachings which are later absorbed to not only goddess Aset, but also goddess Hetharu. Therefore, she deserves a mention here and an introduction. Yeah, she was pre-dynastic. So before Aset and Hetharu was famous and popular, Net was all that. Let me introduce you to her, okay? Net is the goddess of creation and war. The Greeks call her Athena. That's where they got her from. Watch this. Now, as well as her honor and decisive action, her attributes are, watch this, the bow, the shield, and arrows. She's the original bullseye. And if you know about Africa, you know that our ancient Africans were bow people. They shot that bow and arrow. Okay, that's what they was known for. And she's the originator of that concept of her right here. Okay. And watch this. Oh, this is gonna be good. Good information. She is androgynous. What's she what? Androgynous. That means neither male or female. Okay? Neither male or female. That's the definition. I'm just telling you. And was known to what? Watch over Asar's ceremonial body when he lay dead, along with Aset and Nephthah. So she's been around a long time. Okay? She assists who? Tahuti in bringing justice for Haru when him and Set went to court. They was part of the judges and she had a say in the matter. Okay, more knowledge lower level people understand, but that's the next level up. So yeah, Haru and Set went to court. Okay, now in the Assyrian myth, that's the story. Good stories, a bunch of stories. But for those who are interested, for those who are not, it's just a waste of time. So I don't indulge in giving stories to people who don't really care. So this is what I think That's some interest, so I'm gonna give it to you. Here you go. Where you at now? Now, the goddess Net is primordial. That means way back, okay, ancient time before. It's called primordial supreme divinity. That means with and she was the female aspect. I'm gonna get it away. Let me read this because I got so much information. I just want to get it all out. So let me just walk it through, and as I go, I can put my stuff in there. I can interject. But she's the female. Net is the primordial supreme divinity with what female aspect. Het Haru, female aspect. I said female aspect. You know, I'm going with this. Those are all the goddesses under her. She is ancient. She is the ancient form of what the goddess Aset and Het Haru, and her worship extended to what the far reaches of antiquity, meaning a long time ago, and into the what the pre-dynastic periods, meaning before they started keeping records and keeping track, they was following that concepts. In ancient Egyptian history, watch this. There are records from both priests and the priestess who served in the temples of the goddess Net. So there was fellowship, worship for her way before we started what we're doing now, the more popular Assyrian myth. But watch this. Now, these show that the worship of her was most popular and expressed generally throughout the land of Egypt in ancient times. So as we see, the teachings related to Goddess Net are profound and in every way as elevated as those of the supreme divinities of ancient Egypt, which portray what? The male aspect. You can't have one without the other. Net is the other part of Amen. Watch this. I keep getting at this thing. I gotta slow it down. Okay. Now in the pyramid text. Line number 606. Net together with Aset, Nebet, and Serket. She's the scorpion queen. She's a scorpion body with a woman's head. Okay, know about her. Oh, she's don't want to mess with her either. Okay, she protects Aset. They all watch over the funeral bed of Asar. You see the picture of Asar in the bed, you see Nephthys, Aset, Net, and Serket. All of them around the body of Asar. Okay, now the bandages, watch this. The bandages and the shrouds, that word shroud, and that what Christ was buried in. So the bandages and shrouds used for what? The mummy of the deceased, which is Asar, was given by who? The goddess Net. And through these, she imparts her what? Protection as well as her blessings in the form of spiritual power. Maybe it's just me. I get excited about that concept. In the pyramid text on line 620 to 627, watch this. It is explained that the initiate is Sebek. Sebek is the crocodile god, the son of Net, the god who is the son of Net. Sorry about that. And the initiate rises like the son of Net. He has his own crocodile, he has his own city. Okay, he's a crocodile. Now, in the city of Net, Sebek is recognized as a form of Haru. The spirit in us was always Haru. Okay? Therefore, there is no conflict in finding that the goddess Aset was ascribed her attributes in the later dynastic periods. Okay? The following speech of the goddess is also used by goddess Aset. Now, we know this phrase from Aset. She got it from Net. It states, I am everything which has been, and which is, and which shall be. And there has never been anyone who has uncovered my veil. She's the hidden one. She's the female aspect of our moon. She's hidden. Only way you can see her is her facsimile of a set. Of the goddess, watch this. Of the goddess, it is said that she, that created the seed of gods and goddesses and men and women. See, we all have stories from the creation, from the beginning, but everybody got stories. And the further back you go, the further the story goes back. Why? Because somebody had to give it to them. And it comes down and come down. That's the concept. Now, Net is the goddess of what? Light. All this stuff should be, yeah. I'll give you origins. I'm giving you where it started from. That's why I do the lesson. I want you to learn something, and you can start putting the dots together. You're connecting with the information I give you, hopefully. Watch this. Net is the goddess of light, and thus her festival is characterized by what? Practices of lighting candles, torches, and lamps. In India, right now, to this day, they have a goddess that they worship her by lighting the candles and send them out to the water, out to the Ganges. Okay, I'm just saying. Light. Now, as light, she gave birth. Here you go. Here's the part. Dun, 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 dun. My dude, get ready. She gave birth to Ra. We know the commandment was let there be. She says, as light, she gave birth to Ra, the sun divinity who lights up the world. Let that sink in for a minute. But these are just mythological concepts and stories that you can be taught and learn some things about yourself. That's all. Thus, here you go. Net is the divine cow who gave birth to Ra. For some reason, that cow thing been going. That cow, because we drink his milk. That's because no one animal. But everybody got a sacred cow. In India, you better not touch a cow. So the cow was sacred to them. And for some reason, they show you with the cow, the people sucked on the nipples and okay, or mythological and conceptualized. Now, thus, net is what? Me hurt. Remember me hurt, the full one? The cow with the regalia? Me hurt. The primeval waters from which creation arose, the noon. The noon is the male aspect. Nu is the female. Net, nu. Her androgynous, watch this. Thus, net is me hurt, the primeval waters from which creation arose. Her androgynous nature is related in the following epitaph. Here you go. We got some more good stuff. She claims father of all fathers, mother of all mothers. Net, me hurt, the great lady, lady of the south, the great cow, here we go again, who gave birth to the sun. Now, when the sun jumped over, the cow jumped over the moon, so you're telling me the cow gave birth to the sun, who made the seed of the gods and goddesses and men and women, the mother of Ra. Who knew that Ra had a mother? The one who raised up Tem out of the primeval ocean for time, who existed when nothing else had existed, and who created that which exists after she came into existence. If Amun, in the male aspect, came out at noon, she was with him. Okay, conceptually, we don't separate. We just follow one. Now I'm giving you information about the female half of creation. Okay, the goddess who gave birth to the gods and goddesses and to human beings, but she herself, watch this, was not given birth. She brought herself into existence and gave birth without being impregnated. If you know anything about the vulture can fly, open up herself, and let the air go in it and get pregnant. So they can get pregnant without immaculate conceptions. She was the primeval ocean, and she emerged as herself, out of herself, and all has come forth through what? And formed from her. She is self-existent, and her nature is secret, a mystery to all. This is why she top means deep mysteries, nature of the goddess. That's who we represent when we see top net, the hidden concepts. Net is also referred to as Uniter, or in layman terms, the divine one. There's a female god. Moving on, and watch this. The net encompasses, excuse me, thus, net encompasses non-dual, absolute, all-encompassing divinity. In essence, she is the Libercha, female aspect. This teachings is further illustrated through the hieroglyphic symbols of her name. Watch this. Her symbol is what? The bow, two arrows, the shield with the two bows crossing, and a knitting spool. The name net is a play on the word intinit or intit, meaning that which is that which exists in essence, that which is real, true, and abiding. The goddess provides saw, which is insight or protection for the spiritual aspirant. She uses what? The bow and arrow, what? To shoot down the enemies of what? The righteous. Anger, hatred, greed, jealousy, envy, lust, etc. She shoots them down with her arrows and she don't miss the mark. If you know anything about archery, you know that if you don't hit the mark, you are a sinner. Just a concept. Now, Net, also known as, here we go, Amentet, the hidden goddess and consort of who? Amen. Well, it's good when you know what you're doing, as well as Rat, the part of Ra, the female aspect of Ra that nobody talks about. Yeah, the T means female in the Egyptian time. So everybody, female's last name usually ends with the T, okay? That denotes the female. Now, she's also the consort of the god Ra. Thus, we are to understand that all the goddesses' forms are in reality aspects of Net. Net is also known as, again, meet her, the weaving goddess, Mehinet, yeah, the weaving goddess. Again, the material woven by the goddess is used for what? Wrapping of the mummy, but she also weaves her own clothing. Watch this. What's the clothing? This clothing is our appearance of the physical universe, meaning the word. The objective of spiritual movement within Het Net, meaning the house of Net. Het Haru, the house of Haru. Het Net, the house of Net. Creation. That's the concept. This is the ancient concept. And watch this. It is perpetuated. The goddess is to what? Remove her clothing to unveil herself so that the initiate may see her true form, absolute existence. But you only can see that with that third eye. Being the goddess of the light and having the power to weave an intricate web of creation, meaning the world wherein all is connected. I did a lesson about that a few years ago. The goddess also allowed herself to be disrobed, just like Ra, to be discovered by those who what? Follow the path of her discovery. The path was given in the temples of Aset, who is a later form of the goddess Net. In the temple of Aset, the path of spirituality, she taught Aset. We do she taught Netta. She taught Netta means all the gods, but every god had their own she taught. Meaning you want to study that god and you master and emulate that god. That's how you self-master yourself with every character of your aspect of yourself. Net means known today as what? Yoga of wisdom. She taught Aset now is considered known today as what? Yoga wisdom is taught. I practice the 5 phases of yoga, and yoga wisdom is my favorite one. I've mastered it. And watch this. It is a spiritual, watch what it is. This is a spiritual discipline involving the following areas. The aspirant is to purify of the body through what? Vegetation diet. They were strict vegans, okay? The Egyptians. I might tell you about that, but yeah, they only ate meat at festivals. The big festival, they didn't eat meat year round, so they did indulge, but it was a delicacy, so they didn't do it all the time. Now, other part is controlling of the sexual urge. A lot of us have a problem with that. Most male, females too, but most men live below their waist. I use my own man as an example. When all you want is pleasures of the flesh, carnal, you can do that, but at the end, it's nothing in return. You can be spiritual and righteous and live that life, and in the end, you got a kick coming. Simple. But when you control your sexual urges and engage in what? Devotional practice. I pray every day now. I didn't pray back in the day. I didn't praying. Praying? Meditate? Are you crazy? I got time for that. So these are things that you can do with devotional practices and study. I do that every day too. Of the what? Wisdom teachings. You got to learn. I'm surrounded by books. I stay in the books. Why? That's what I like to do, learn. I'm a teacher, so I have to stay current. Now, these are 3 stages of learning. First one, stage 1, listen to the teachings of the myth of the goddess and receiving mystical insights into these. That means learn the story, understand the story, and emulate it for a reason. Why? You can be it. Come it. Stage 2, reflecting on those teachings and what? Living life in accordance with virtue and truth. In essence, practice of the teachings in what? Your daily life. That's why I do what I do right now for you. I'm emulating what I know to be. That's the whole name of the game. Last one. And this is the phase that most people don't reach. Why? Because they don't do the second part. Study and put in your daily life. Become it. Eat, drink, and sleep it. Third, through subtle, one-pointed mention leading oneself to what? A meditative. Remember, praying and meditating, they go together. Union with what? The goddess who is the essence of light, which transcends the mind, body, and time and space. Meaning here and now in the physical world, you can do all these things and make yourself available and to be the best you by living, doing the things that will get you to the afterlife, which we call, amen, the next life, the Netherlands, okay, the netherworld, meaning that's where the spirits go. If your spirit is enlightened by doing the things, that's where it will go. If not, good to see my old man. No offense, but it is what it is. If you didn't live right, that ain't nobody's fault but yours. So you got to pay the price. That's why they say when you're self-defeating and you get caught cheating. Why? Because in the end, you might not want to pay them dues. So don't cheat. Black Mr. Right. Do the right thing. I'll be back. I got more lessons for you. Hope you enjoyed that.